Hello everyone, Elite Dickman here. A new year just started and already epic. This season is somehow over 50 minutes long, and one of the episodes got remade completely. Anyway, let's get on to the analysis. The first scene shows the cameraman base, and we see we are the POV of camera woman as a human, or Kathy is what her name is. Then there is a voice saying, "Kathy, are you okay? You don't look good." But Kathy responds with, "I'm fine." Then Dave says, "Can you get up? You were unconscious, something terrible happened. We need to get out of here as soon as we can." Then Kathy responds with, "You think it's the grand experiment?" Then Dave says, "Whole system overloaded, only one thing could cause this." Then Kathy says, "Where is everybody?" And Dave says, "Either left or stuck somewhere." Then there is a scream, and Dave attempts to go look, but Kathy tries to convince Dave not to. But he does anyway, but Dave mentioned about a test chamber and something gone wrong, and he is holding a crowbar like Gordon Freeman. The story is so similar to the Black Mesa incident, probably another reason why the Half-Life community hates Skibidi toilets so much. Then we see a body of Plunger Man, and then we see the scientist cameraman attempting to do something to him. Then a cameraman activates a machine and a claw thingy goes into his penis. Then Plunger Man starts shaking, and we see a green spark in Plunger Man. This probably has something to do with the secret agent, but I don't know what it is. We see the detective cameraman leave the room, and then we see the TV man base, and we see a TV screen, and says camera offline. This is most likely the POV of Titan cameraman, but his camera feed has been cut off. But I don't think he's dead. And we see Titan Speaker Man get angry about it, and then Titan TV Man pulls him away and says, "Calm down, you need upgrades first. Here you go, listen to it yourself." There is a short clip in episode 75, and it shows the POV of an injured cameraman and tries to crawl away, but then an Astro toilet appears and kills him. As you can tell, episode 75 has been completely remade, and it's really cool. But I'm not going to analyze it again because I already did. The second scene shows a photo of two girls and a human talking to the cameraman about her sister, and then we see a cameraman sitting next to a girl and tries to drink but couldn't because he's a robot, then gives a thumbs up to her. Then we see a chef cameraman give a plate of food to a black person. In my last video, I said it was a plate of cookies. It wasn't because that was what Elite Cameraman said, and now I look bad. Then the chef cameraman gives the food to the person, but he says, "Smells like shit, bro. I ain't eating all that. Let me cook." Next, we see a human come out of a stall and gives a cameraman a plunger, and then the person says, "Why you looking like that? It's just plunger." But obviously this reminds him of Plunger Man. And there is a Skibidi toilet toy on the shelf, which is from DeFook's merch store. Then we see more humans, and then we see a furry cameraman for some reason. Then we see the scientist TV man, and a speaker man gives him a device that can help him speak properly. And he says, "Who worked at Alpha Hills?" And then a scientist raises his hand. Then he says to him, "Come here." Then Detective Cameraman appears and grabs him, and then Scientist TV Man says, "Know your place!" Then Detective Cameraman does this gesture, then the Scientist TV Man gets pissed off and both threaten each other. Then he says, "Did you analyze every survivor? Then tell me what the hell is that?" Then we see an infected human who is becoming a Skibidi toilet, and a cameraman fires his laser cannon at the infected human, but he dodges. Then he says, "Stop it. I came to speak behalf of my peoples. In these hard times, we must seize the opportunity to form a new union. Time to bury the hatchet, don't you think?" And that's the end of the second scene. The third scene shows the Skibidi base, and we see a toilet attack the POV cameraman, and then gets a rod stabbed into his head, and then Secret Agent appears and slaps him away. If you don't know, this is just like the troll leak Dafook made a while ago, and then he helps the POV up, and then tells Lucky Cameraman about the Skibidi toilet base and stuff. Then he gives him a device which we have seen in episode 68, 69, and 70. This was already shown in a YouTube short that Dafuk made a while back. And then he says, "This device is my personal master key. It opens every door, grants access to any computer inside. I can't do a lot from here, but I'm sure your army can handle this. Good luck." Then the camera zooms out and we see Lucky Cameraman. And then the detective cameraman tells the POV cameraman to keep an eye on him, then leaves. And then Lucky Cameraman asks to leave, but the POV nods his finger and he becomes sad. That's the end of the third scene. The next one is better in my opinion. The fourth extra scene starts with G-Toilet 5.0 appearing and Astro Juggernaut punches him. Then he says, "What for, this fight?" Then G-Man responds with, "You tell me." Then this upsets Astro Juggernaut and responds with, "Accept your defeat with honor, if you still have it." Then G-Toilet says, "Why such hostility? Did you forget how we conquered the worlds together? For me, you were always like a brother, for them, an expandable pawn." And this pisses of Juggernaut, and he says, "Stop yapping and fight me," and tries to punch him, but he uses his shield and gets even more pissed and says, "Why are you running?" And then G-Toilet says, "I don't want to fight you, my old friend. I want you by my side." And Juggernaut says, "Join you after you hurt my baby." Even though G-Toilet didn't kill his child, the cameraman did. Astro Juggernaut punches G-Toilet and breaks his shield. And then Toilet fights back and hits him. When Astro Juggernaut gets back up, G-Toilet is missing, but then G-Man appears and says, "Join me, and your legacy shall never know oppression again. You have my word." Then Juggernaut says, "Word? What's the price of your words? One of your titans is in their possession. Someone you know is there too, with special request. Would you do what's necessary when time comes?" And then G-Toilet says, "They'll have to find me first." Then Juggernaut responds with, "Find you? Are you kidding me?" Then tries to hit him, but turns out that it wasn't the real G-Toilet. It was a hologram or something. And then G-Toilet says, "A secret weapon is preparing, waiting for the right moment. When it strikes, you better be on our side. I would hate for your children to become parentless." Then disappears. But then Astro Assailant appears and asks where G-Toilet is, and then Juggernaut says, "Commander escaped." And then Astro Assailant gets angry about that and says, "Commander? I am your commander. You already failed me twice. Should I doubt your efficiency or loyalty? Lock in. Your next failure will be your last." Here you go, listen to the conversation yourself.
Commander, I am your commander. You really failed me twice. Shall I doubt your efficiency or loyalty? Lock in. Your next failure will be your last. I will not fail, Commander. Very soon, there will be a place on Earth that you had to get hiding. Go back to Mothership, get repairs.
I'm guessing that G-Toilet was once the commander of Astro Toilets, but then something happened and then G-Toilet was no longer the commander and was replaced. Anyway, the Astro Assailant notices the POV cameraman and says, "Annihilate this place," then leaves. Next, the Astro Toilets appear and invade the area, then the POV cameraman starts running away. Then an explosion happens and it hits the POV cameraman and then falls. Next, we see a woman and she puts a device into the POV cameraman, and then everything starts changing. And on the top right, we see a text that says, "Alpha Hills OS installed." And in the middle it says, "Welcome to the family." I'm not completely sure what this is, but this is probably the effect cameramen are given after the device is put into them. Their color changes to green, as we see happen to the green cameraman in episode 70. And they become a part of Secret Agent. I don't know, it's just theories, and that's it. Like and subscribe because this guy is a pedo. Anyway, Elite Dick Man out.